Hi there, Flat Cap Chef here, and today I'm going to show you how to do a roast half leg of lamb, and I'm going to use some Moroccan spice mix you'll find on my channel, and we're going to slow cook that for about 3 hours, so it's just mouth-wateringly melting meat at the end of it, and really tasty with those Moroccan spices. So, really quick and easy to do. What have we got? I've got 2 onions, I've got 1 red and 1 white, doesn't matter. I've got my half leg of lamb here, which I'll come back to in a minute. And I've got a couple of lamb stock cubes, and I've got my roasting tray here, ready to go. And I've set my oven at 140 degrees, around gas mark 3, and that's going to be cooking for about 3 hours. And then I've got my Moroccan spice mix, which I have made, and you can check out on my website. Right, so this is just like to create a sort of trivet that the lamb is going to sit on. So it can sit on the bottom of the roasting tin. That's perfect 1, and it also imparts some flavour, which is lovely. So there you go. Then what I do is chop in half. Look, not quite all the way through. Open it up. And that means you can then peel away this layer of skin with the outer layer on it. Okay, it doesn't matter if not all of it comes off because it's going to be cooked anyway. Okay. Helicopter going over. I'll drop that into my bin. There we go. Same with this one. Take the ends off. Slice through the middle, not quite all the way through. Open it up like a book, and then peel off the outer skin like that. Job done. Right, and now I'm going to cut these into, a bit of skin on the outside though, into reasonably thick slices. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and use a sharp knife. It will prevent the onions from tearing, and that just adds to your weeping when you're doing your onions. Right, so I've cut those. I'm going to bring in my tray. I'm going to place these onions in the bottom of the tray. Now, the secondary reason for having these onions is that I then use them to thicken my gravy at the end, okay? So that means I don't have to add flour to thicken my gravy. I call it gravy, not sauce or jus or anything else. It's a gravy. Okay, so let's just sweep those off and into there. Job done. Back to that in a second. Now let's get our half leg of lamb. I've taken it out of its plastic wrapper, bought it at the supermarket, given it a quick wash. You'd always find with a leg of lamb, half or whole, you get this plastic bit on the end. It's sometimes you miss it. You don't want to leave that on there, okay? So take that off and recycle it if you can. I've then got some kitchen towel. Just going to take the excess moisture off the outside of the lamb. There we go. And over. Perfect. Now I get my tray back in. I'm going to do this by moving that out of the way so you can see it. There we are. I've put it in kind of what you would classify as upside down. So there's your normal side. So I turn it over so you get less of fat on this, the outside of this. And then for the last 30 minutes, 20 minutes of cooking, we'll turn it over and turn the heat up. And what that will do is it will just give you a lovely crispy coating on the outside. Right, now, instead, drying his hands, I've got 2 stock cubes. I'm just going to drop these in around the side. With stock cubes, I'll put them in here so we get effectively the gravy, because it will get the juices from the meat. I'll drop into it. I just drop them in whole, don't need to dilute them because you're going to add water to it, which I'm doing now. So it's got a glass of water. That means you'll dilute and it will also act like a steaming agent, so you keep your lamb beautifully moist. So I've added 2 glasses, so what's that? Sort of this far up my finger in depth. What's that? 1.5, maybe even 2 centimetres of water. Right, now I've got my spices. I'm just going to shake the spices over and give them a good rub in. Doesn't matter if some of it goes in the gravy because that will just add flavour. So there we go. You'll see it kind of fairly naturally sticks to the meat. Put some on the face as well. There we go. Ooh, doesn't matter. There we go. Right. There we go. Let my hands dry again. So now what I'm going to do is fold this over, pop it in my oven for about 2.5 hours, and then we're going to get it out, have a look at it, and we're going to turn it up a little bit in heat. Remember, shiny side here on the outside, matte side on the inside. Right, so let's go. In it goes. Turn it to the top and fold it over. 1, 2, creates a good seal. Fold in the ends and seal it again. It's going to keep all that lovely flavour in and it will just steam beautifully. So we'll be back in about 2.5 hours. Okay, so it's been in for 3 hours. What I've done now is I've taken out the liquid and the onions, put them in here, so we're going to be blended and make a nice little sauce. And then I'm going to add just some water to it. I've turned my oven up to 200. I'm going to let it in for about 20 minutes, which will crisp this up, and then I'll be back again. Okay, so it's now had 20 minutes, and then I've rested for a good 10 minutes afterwards. It's just in a foil covered with some towels to keep it warm. And you can see that you have now lovely brown crispy top to it. So that is the lamb cooked and ready to go. You keep that covered up like this for a good little while and it will stay warm. In terms of just finishing this gravy off, what we've got here is I've left it for a little while and you get the oil of the meats just sitting on the top. So just in with a spoon and gently get rid of that. We've got a nice stick blender. Drop that in there. Oh, perhaps if we turn the power on. Done and thickened using the onions, and we're good to go. So if you need to see more, just feel free to press the button and subscribe, and you just get an update next time that I publish things. I'll be back soon.